real thoughts, real trades, real journey. A video journal documenting the lessons learned on my journey to becoming a disciplined trader. Welcome to Trading the Journey. I'm Neil, and today I want to share a trading day that taught me one important lesson. Let's see what the market had to teach me. Well, all I got to say about today is that it wasn't the greatest of days. Worse than Monday, as a matter of fact. You know, I was kind of expecting a bullish kind of day, and it didn't end up, as you can tell, it ended up a bearish day. But that wasn't, you know, that wasn't what I was focused on. I took a trade here where the market dumped in the beginning, and I got in on this candle right here, and the thing immediately reversed on me. And what I should have done was wait until the next setup. I actually, if I switch to the 1 minute chart, because what happened when the market dumped, I switched to the 1 minute chart to get in the trade. And actually, right here. No, it was right here on this trade, on this candle. So when I got in here, you can see it reversed and it stopped me out. And when it did that, I went back to my 2 minute chart and immediately took another trade because I thought it was a valid setup. But the candle closed before it stopped me out, and I tried to catch the next candle. Looking back on it, it was more of a FOMO trade than anything, and I shouldn't have went in, and I should have waited until the next setup, and I didn't, and paid the price. I took 2 losses, and that was that. I got so upset. I can't even really tell you how upset I was because it was just devastating to me. I should have just stayed out of the trade, maybe even closed it down. But there was another setup that came after that would have worked out. You know, if I go back here, this first one didn't work out, but when it broke down, and then it gave me this second one here, this 3 inside up. This is the trade that I should have entered in on, and not trying to catch a down, and not try to catch a landslide. So I paid the price. And after that, I was looking for another setup, My headspace really didn't improve, and I decided to just shut it down and do other things. And the very thing that I actually did wrong was try to catch this downtrend right here, a short. You know, it just, yeah, I don't know what to say. You know, I'm kind of disappointed in myself for even getting right back in. You know, it was, oh crap, I'm missing a fence trade. That's what it felt like. So yeah, true FOMO. And as you can tell, there were many opportunities to get back in the market here. You know, had I taken the proper trade and been in the proper headspace, not get upset, you know, even another down trade right here, you know, and it just continued to go down. You know, so yeah, it was one of those days. In the first trade, the entry was at, you know, 29.7, 33.75, and my stop was 29.6, 77.75. You know, there was a point when that opened that I saw the potential to get in, and I waited. There was a power bar at the open, right at the open, that would have been a break-even trade. Didn't take it, even though it was valid. I didn't take it. If I had taken the first fence trade that I saw, I'd have been stopped out of that one. Instead, I took a waterfall, and then tried to catch a fence after that. It was just one right after the other. And not only that, on that second fence trade, not only that, the software I was using, NinjaTrader, had like a 5-second. That may be exaggerated. Maybe more like a 3-second lag in the software. As soon as I hit the button 1, 2, 3, and I had gotten a worse price than anything. It was a very bad price. So that really made the loss that much more frustrating. So the correct move on that was not to get in a second trade unless an actual setup was there. And since I was already in a trade and it didn't stop me out, I should have just taken that stop out and waited. Because I was trying to catch a candle close that would have stopped me out. And when it fell short and had that lag, that was just doom right there. So, lesson here is don't be so quick to get in another trade if you're already in one. Don't try to catch the loss. Just try not to catch the loss. If you're already in a trade and you miss one because you're already in a trade, don't try to get in one. Sometimes it's not going to work out, and it didn't work out in this case. Tomorrow's another day. I'll try to pick it back up then, and hopefully learn my lesson. That FOMO will get you almost every time. Thank you for joining me for today's lesson. The market has voted. Today's lesson is written. I hope something from today's trade helps you on your own journey toward becoming a more disciplined trader. If today's trade reminded you of something you've experienced yourself, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. If you enjoyed today's journal entry, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe to follow the journey. Until next time, real thoughts, real trades, real journey.